of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's spink off a little bit here.
Every little thing in the office,
Yeah, hear that, freak bitches? Oh, you can't jump.
Did it advance the story in any way?
Get your first trophy. Hell yeah. I'm cool, look at me. I'll post on my Facebook real quick, my snap. That's a good fucking popsicle. Whoa. I gotta change my thumbnail so it's not rise against all the time. Still haven't done that yet. I think I posted twice on Facebook, but it's there. Let's go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered
Should
the
I
door
actually go on a left one this time? Yeah, I'll show the stream.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Oh,
Stanley knew it perfectly
fuck.
well.
Fuck.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to
What's
admire
the other places? Let's go. Let's see what else I could die.
Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous room.
Gorgeous room.
Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Yeah. Look at this coffee mug on the floor with... Oh, I thought it was full of coffee in it.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished,
that's okay. They're probably off having an orgy somewhere.
Really worth it.
Coffee nut. Yeah. See, they're not with their coffee.
Point, Stanley's obsession with this room, but at last he'd had enough of the
but
amazing
I'll
room
go back.
and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
If I go down that hallway, there's gonna be me with a gun coming out of that corner, asking me to give him my wallet. I'm not going that way.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
But I want to draw. I could be an architect too. Every door closes when I walk through things. Alright, last time. Do not jump, boys. Remember that. Don't jump. No jumpo. Don't jump down there, because there's no wall. You die. I learned that last time. This is my second time around. After this, I don't know what else that goes on, so...
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for...
Nah, friends will stay in touch with them. I don't neglect nobody. If they don't make effort, I don't make effort.
Stanley, your chance to redeem yourself.
Oh wait, they're not talking about that.
To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
No.
She's been waiting.
No. Fuck bitches get money. Well.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your
How
faith
does
in
he know?
another, then pick up the phone.
Hey. Oh, I'm being off again. Well. I thought he did.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Yeah, commitment isn't real. Gym buddies are better.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh. I don't want to die. The fuck kind of... Okay.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him.
And I fuck
every
mannequins,
button
apparently.
that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
Bitch.
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk,
Oh,
Stanley
yeah.
dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown.
Yeah, I do.
Fantastic discoveries of new
Different ways how to
realities.
beat off.
It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round
I know
room
that chain's behind me.
with
It's looking the wrong way
monitors
the whole
and
time.
minute
Duh.
controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head, he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and
Over and
over,
over.
wishing beyond
Like an
hope that
orgasm.
it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
I want to go to sleep. No. It's too late. Too early. Shut up. I hit my bong. In my office, apparently. Harry, put your wiener in one of those. think it's like a wood chipper, but don't go off the other end, you know. It's a whole new term, the pencil dick. I can fit that. It's like a dog dick. We don't talk about it. I don't know, man.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
To question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What? Did I fucking... What? I was sitting there, took a drink, and it put me back? What? Dog, what? Okay, well, back to it.
All of his coworkers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Damn it, Ashton, the fuck? It got... I didn't... I wasn't even a full man not touching anything, dude. I'm gonna go left this time. That'll be a good Stanley and listen. There's everybody.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Uh-huh. That's what happened to what's her nuts. It's gonna go bye-bye. Okay. Whoa, the door opened. I gotta get murdered.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Beat off in the broom closet.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet F.A. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I'm a little bit retarded. Can't help it.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here.
I might have to tism.
If I'd said,
I think I just have
Stanley
ADHD and
walked past
dyslexia
the
though.
closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it.
Maybe it's
find out.
OCD, not
It didn't
tism.
even occur to me because literally this
I can't
closet
stand the things
is
that are
of
saying we have to fix
absolutely
it.
no significance to the story
Like shit at work. There's like a fucking
whatsoever.
like box
I
stack.
never would have thought
I
to
gotta
mention
fix that shit every time. I don't know what it is. I just do it.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley's addicted to drugs and hookers.
Drugs and hookers, baby, you know it. Every day of the week, that's why I'm always broke.
About what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed in front of your screen. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway. Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board.
Hang on a minute.
You can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Go back in there.
I am.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Again? Damn, it'd be funny if you said fuck.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Which way, Roku? There is a downstairs.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that.
The
And
fuck?
in such a competitive economy,
Where
why
was this
had he
car?
taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss
That
would think he
it's
was
not even
crazy.
a
To
dude.
Stanley, maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
What?
None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley
No,
pondered this, he
dude,
began to make
no,
other strange
no.
observations. For example,
No,
why couldn't
okay, I
he
thought
see
it was
his
gonna
feet
loop.
when he looked down? Why did doors close
Is it gonna
automatically
fucking loop
behind
me?
him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Buddy.
No, Stanley said to himself.
Why?
This is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream."
No, it wasn't like that last time.
Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then
Whoa.
he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled
Stanley.
through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Damn. Well. Well. Here I go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
No, I
doors,
don't.
this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee
Oh,
lounge
hell,
first,
further you could go on
just
the
to
left
admire
side, so
it.
this we find everything's on the right side.
The lounge was sublime, a work
Yeah,
of
it's a
art.
work of art.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took
We're
the
gonna go
first
down
open
this way.
door on his left.
See if that's any different. Think it's any different?
And
Time
so
to
he
get robbed.
detoured
Where you
from
at?
the
Okay,
maintenance
they're not
section,
here.
walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Nah. No, I don't. Gonna go down here. What?
But Stanley didn't want to go
Okay,
back to the office.
okay, I thought I was
He
dead.
wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
But that's right. I guess it is.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
I guess it's not.
No, not
You
the right. Why
motherfucker.
would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Whoa. Glitched me into that. I didn't realize I was there. This is some Freddy Krueger shit. Wait, no. What the fuck is this, dude? Whoa.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet.
You
This
want
is
to
all a
beat it?
spoiler.
Yeah,
Quick,
check me
Stanley,
out.
close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to
Looks like Squid Games, bro.
Who am I kidding? It's all
Oh
rubbish
yeah,
now.
I gotta get some money if
The
I
whole
win.
story completely unusable.
I can't fall off and die
rather
here.
than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
What the fuck? Okay. Tits, man.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I'm
Stanley
gonna not
decided
go
to go to
the
the meeting
route.
room.
I'm just gonna
Perhaps
go
he
and
had
keep
simply
walking.
missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait.
Oh.
What? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Don't go those ways. Left. Or right. Let's go right. Let's go left. Oh, okay. So it's the same way. Whoa. Maybe not. So right to the right. To the left. I'm probably gonna get fucking lost. Whoa.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
I came out that door?
Do we need
What?
to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we can progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse.
Nah.
I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story
That's
is
worse.
back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
420? No, don't even budge.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Ah.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that? You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Nah.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything. Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to
I'm really
be?
going in a
Go
fucking
wild.
circle now.
Use your imagination. Whatever it
Bro.
might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
No, it's gonna go left the whole time. Going left, right, right,
Oh, no, not you again.
another
Stanley,
right.
I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine. Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
The fuck?
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Or
Black
what if I don't want to
space.
forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide?
Deteriorate.
Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer...
So on the fifth one.
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us?
Well, the fifth
Will
actually
something
restarts,
happen?
someone's gonna be fucking off.
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Oh.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I think that was the ending. Oh.
Standing now in this incredible room,
Oh.
Stanley for the first time, but eager to get back to business,
Wait, no, this
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I don't think. This is about. I don't know, it might have.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Yeah, it restarted.
I've never been through this way. Let's see if anything else happens different.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
How the fuck do you do that?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Oh.
2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Looks like I'm going to hell, guys.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh yeah. Sounds like a good time.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Oh, I'm down
Each
here,
bore
okay.
the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a
You
screen.
ever get this far, bud?
Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored
Okay.
in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh.
There's way more than it needs to be.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yeah. You know how it is, dog. Alright.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
Never.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Inconceivable.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind
Despicable
to the
of him.
world?
Man.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content
That's over
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible
Okay, go to
power
that power.
over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Bro, I'm a bad guy.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yeah, I did.
After they kept you enslaved all these
Oh,
years, you
that's
go and you
right.
try to take control of the
That's
machine for
not
yourself.
backfired.
Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
It's not the 5. What the fuck?
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big...
I can't figure out, so I'm gonna
No
die.
ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after. Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm gonna go pass out, bro.
Yeah, I think I'm done.
That's a pretty good game.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm pretty sure it auto-saved, doesn't it?
You can back out. I'll see you, man. I'm gonna go pass out.
See ya. See you later, freak bitches. Like, subscribe, and use a condom.